This is like a January 2024 update on the Model Train PLC project, which is now my around the wall layout. And as you can see, the PLC controls mounted on the living room wall. There's been a few updates to things. I've added the ability, and this yellow light indicator shows it is. I've had trouble. Some locomotives will tend to decouple while they're running on the layout. So I added another subroutine which checks the track as the trains are running around. And if it senses that the train breaks apart, it'll stop everything and throw an alarm for that the train had decoupled, because it's already happened and the train's come around and smacked into its its cars that it left behind. So that took care of that problem. Another thing that I've done is I've written in two more train operations, number 11 and 12, which simply gives me the option that if I just want to run the train that's on the side track or the team track, it allows me to do so. Of course, before either train can run, the mainline train has to be moved into the corresponding throughway so that the train can do a run around it. So as an example, right now I have the mainline train parked on the side, or on the mainline south. So if I want to start up the side train, first thing that has to happen is the train has to be moved and to the throughway west. So another change that I've done is when a train is going to be parked into a position, the bell's going to ring. So the train is stopped in the throughway west. Switches are thrown to the side track. And the train on the side track will now run around the layout. You may actually remember this little Geep in the early days of development. I used this locomotive for testing. Now, if you do remember, I did say back then this locomotive doesn't have a horn, a whistle, or a bell, which it doesn't. But what I've done is the boxcar that's immediately behind it provides the rail sounds. In addition, because the outer rails are decoupled on my layout, because one of them is used for block detection, the locomotive is tethered to the boxcar, so it improves the amount of pickups. Plus, this little Geep having short pickups would actually stall on the switches. So now that routine is running, and if I want to, I'm going to tell it I want to now run the team track train only. So the blue indicator comes on, which indicates an end request has been sent to the currently running routine to tell it that it wants to end. So the currently running train, which is the sidetrack train, will be brought in. The bell rings to indicate it's going to be parked. Train is stopped. Switches are thrown back to the main line. Now the train that's on the main line is going to be moved to the throughway east, to the east side, so that the train on the team track can now run. And yes, oh, overshot. Now, if you remember, the old blue D&H being the goofy guy, It's been repaired with new traction motors. And you notice it sounds differently because this locomotive now too. I added a Rail Sounds boxcar directly behind it. Although this locomotive does have a horn, a whistle, it's been disabled so that the Rail Sounds takes over. Not really sure why, but the whistle likes to go off on spots, even though the PLC is not telling it to blow the whistle. I don't know, for some reason this boxcar is a little extra sensitive to the DC offset, I guess. So again, like the other routine, this will just simply let the team track train run around the layout, running around the train on the east side until another routine is selected. So it's nice to see the old goofy guy back in action. It was used a lot, and that's why it just wore out. Future potential plans? I may be installing remote input and output next to these terminal blocks. What that means is it's going to eliminate a lot of the original point I/O. Like, for example, all these expansion modules on the PLC I won't need anymore. And this input block, this isolation block will be replaced and actually removed. And basically all these relays will be removed. They won't be needed anymore. I'll keep the, of course, the safety circuit, PNOS relay. I'll have more information on that in a bit. But the main reason for doing is it's going to eliminate over half of the cabling, particularly the cabling that goes to the engineer control panel. I mean, right now there's 15 cables that go to it, which is a lot of weight, and I'll basically be able to eliminate a little more than half of it. And a lot of these runner cables will be eliminated. I'll have more details on that posted. Until then, take care.